welcome to IP Study Video Lectures. Today we will discuss the 9th chapter of Grade 8 English Grammar, and we will explore the world of verbs. And along with that, we will also travel back in time. Hey, not with the time machine, but with the past tense. So today our topic is verbs, the past tense. Before this topic ends or before this chapter ends, you will be able to understand the structure of simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, and past perfect continuous tense. You will also be able to apply the simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, past perfect continuous tense in sentences. So, there are 4 types of past tense: simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, and past perfect continuous tense. We will study each of them in detail in this chapter. Let's read the following example. Did Tom reach office on time? Yes, he had reached before his boss. In these 2 sentences, verbs did and had reached, they are representing the past tense. Did is the past tense, simple past tense of do. Had reached is the past perfect tense because it has used had along with the past participle of the main verb. Let's read some more examples. I spoke to my cousin last night. We celebrated Holi at our cousin's house last year. The past tense refers to an action or event that has already taken place or state of being that existed before the time of speaking. Past tense simply means the actions which have happened in the past. That is why I said we will travel back in time. That means something which has happened back in time in the past or which has been completed at the time of speaking are called past tense. They are divided into 4 situations or 4 types: simple past tense, past perfect tense, past perfect continuous tense, past continuous tense. We will understand the simple past tense first. Simple past tense. The action which expresses an action which took place in the past and is completed by the time of speaking. That means the simple past tense represents or expresses the action which took place in the past and is completed by the time of speaking. For example, she walked to school yesterday. They visited their grandparents last weekend. She did not finish her homework on time. She was tired after a long day at work. So the sentence or the action which is completed in the past or by the time of speaking, we use simple past tense for them. So walk becomes walked, visit becomes visited, finish or do not finish becomes did not finish, is becomes was. Because all of these actions have happened in the past. The action took place yesterday, that means the day before, the last weekend, or the last day or the past day which we are talking about. Let us now understand the structure of simple past tense. So, let's look at this table together. In affirmative types of sentences, with nouns and pronouns such as he, she, it, any name, Deepti, I, we, you, they, we use the main verb and in the past tense form. For example, he danced, she danced, Deepti danced. With negative kind of sentences, we use not with the auxiliary verb did. So, did is already the past form of do. correct? So we've already used the past tense here with an auxiliary verb as did not. So once we have used did not as an auxiliary verb, the main verb will be in its first form and not in the past tense. So in negative sentences with nouns and pronouns such as he, she, it, I, we, you, they, and any name, we use did not dance. He did not dance. We did not dance. Deepti did not dance. Now, interrogative types of sentences with the verb with the question as who. So, with the question who, we use the past form of the main verb danced. Who danced, right? In this, we do not use the subject name or any auxiliary verb. In work questions such as why did she dance? Why did he dance? Why did Deepti dance? So in this, as we've already used the auxiliary verb did, there is no need to use the past tense of the main verb. With the type of questions such as who and why and negative kinds of questions, we use did not. Who did not he dance? Why did not she dance? So here, because we have used the main auxiliary verb as did, it is already the past form of do. So the main verb will not be in the past tense. So this is the structure to be followed in simple past tense. Now let's understand some uses of the simple past tense. Simple past tense is used to express actions completed before the time of speaking. Did you study last night? To express a past habit. As a child, I thought that fairies lived in the sky. We also use them to narrate a story. Long ago, there lived a man near a river. To refer to an action that took place over a period of time in the past. I studied in Lucas Convent School, Yamuna Vihar. So all of these actions which expresses or the actions which have completed in the past by the time we are speaking or we are talking about it, they are also used to express a past habit. They're also used to sometimes narrate a story because a story has always taken in the past. They're also used to refer to an action that took place over a period of time. I used to live there. So I lived in Delhi for 2 years. Or I studied in Lucas Convent School, Yamuna Vihar. Now let's understand past continuous tense. Past continuous tense refers to an action that was continuing over a period of time in the past. So, we were feeling overjoyed at her success. So, we're referring to some feeling or some actions which was happening over a period of time continuously but in the past. So, the timeline remains the past. The timelines is yes, very good. It is before the today time, but it was continuing at that time in the past. So it is very different from the present tense. How do we structure these sentences? Affirmative kind of sentences with the subject such as I, she, Tanu. We use the auxiliary verb was and the main verb remains in the ing form. With the person or the plural form, we, you, they, we always use auxiliary form were. Similarly, with the negative sentences, we use wasn't and weren't. So, with the subject, with the first person or the second person, if it is in singular form, we use was and the main verb remains in the ing form of verb. With the plural form of the subjects, we use were and the main verb remains the same with the ing form of verb. Similarly, same rules are applied to form the negative sentences. It's just weren't Were not becomes weren't, and was not, becomes wasn't. With interrogative types of sentences, we use was and were as an auxiliary verb. So, with interrogative sentences, we simply interchange the positions of the subject and the auxiliary verb. So, we always start with the auxiliary verb. Was and were, how to apply them with the subject, that remains the same. Was I sleeping? Were you sleeping? So, with I, she, it, Tanu, we always use was. With the subjects such as we, you, they, we always use were. And the main verb remains the same with the ing form of verb. With the work questions such as who, why, we use the auxiliary verbs, and the rules to apply or to use them with the first person or with the plural form, that remains the same. So, who was sleeping? With who, we always use was, and there is no need to apply the subject to them. With the why questions, we use was and were. So, why was I sleeping? Why was Tanu sleeping? Why were we sleeping? Why were they sleeping? So the rules to use was, were remains the same as we used to form in the affirmative sentences. With the negative interrogative sentences, the auxiliary verbs was becomes wasn't, were not becomes weren't. And to form their interrogative sentences, we simply interchange the positions of the subject and the auxiliary verb, and we always start the sentence with the auxiliary verb. So, wasn't I sleeping? Wasn't Tanu sleeping? Same. Weren't we sleeping? Weren't you sleeping? Weren't they sleeping? Similarly, with who wasn't sleeping? With why wasn't I sleeping? Why weren't we sleeping? So, in these ways, you can form the structure of the past continuous tense. Now, how to use them, or why do we use a past continuous tense? They are used to express an action in progress at some moment before the time of speaking. So the timeline to speak these sentences or these actions being happened are still in the past, but they are continuously happening at that moment in the past. To express two simultaneous actions, for example, she was talking on her cell phone while she was making tea. So, to express actions or two actions that were simultaneously happening, they were happening together at the same time in the past, we use was talking or was making, the past continuous tense. We use the simple past and the past continuous together to suggest that something happened when another action was in progress. The maid was cleaning the floor when I opened the door. So in those scenarios, we use the simple past tense and past continuous tense together to express that the two actions or something happened because something else was happening or some other action was in progress. That's why the another or the latter action took place in the past. Past perfect tense. Now, what is a past perfect tense? Past perfect tense, they refer to the actions, and these actions are arranged according to the sequence. Just like the students had reached the school before the storm came. So, they help us to distinguish between actions that have taken place in the past and the time before the past. So, they also express the actions that have taken place in the past or that has been done in the past. But they also tells us that what is the difference? What is the major difference between the actions that have taken in the past and the time before the past? Like the student had reached the school before the storm came. Now here both the actions, the students coming to the school and the storm happening, both of them have happened in the past, right? But what happened before the storm came? The student had reached the school before the storm came. So in both of these scenarios, we are able to distinguish, okay, the sequence of the action. What was the sequence of the action happening at that time? So that is why we use the past perfect tense. Now, how do you structure these kind of sentences? With affirmative sentences and with the subjects such as he, she, it, Tanu, I, we, you, they. That means with the first person, with the second person, with plurals, we simply use had, played. So we use the auxiliary verb had or had not to establish the structure of past perfect tense. And we always use the past participle of the main verb. So he had played. To express or to form the negative sentences, we use had not, she had not played. Yes, of course, you are right. With had not, you can use the contraction hadn't as well. With interrogative types of sentences, simply you change the position of the subject and the auxiliary verbs, and you always start with the auxiliary verb in the beginning. So, had, we start the sentence with a had or the question with the had. Had he played? Had she played? Had they played? With the work questions, who had played? With the why had Tanu played? So in all of these sentences, you can notice that the main verb was the past participle of the main verb, and along with that, we have constantly used the auxiliary verb had, which is the past tense of have as well. With negative types of sentences and with negative interrogative types of sentences, we use hadn't he played, hadn't she played, who hadn't played, why hadn't Tanu played. So with all of these sentences, we always use had along with the past participle, and accordingly we use them in interrogative and negative and interrogative negative sentences. Now, what is the use of past perfect tense? To express an action which is completed before a given moment in the past, we use the past perfect tense. So they help us to express an action which was completed before a given moment in the past. He reached after the shops had closed. So reached is a past action. Before what happened? Before the shops had closed. So before past, the shops had closed is telling us that it is before this particular moment in the past. It is also used to refer to a past action that one had expected to happen but did not happen. It is used with the verbs such as hope, mean, think, suppose, expect, want, etc. I had thought of talking to him before he left for Dehradun, but I didn't. That means the sentence means I didn't, but I had thought of talking to him before he left for Dehradun. So very clearly you can see that in these type of sentences, we definitely get to know what is the sequence of the actions happening, right? Before something happened in the past, I was thinking to do this. So it expresses how were you thinking or what action was being taken in the past before a certain action or before the certain moment happened. So it clearly helps us to distinguish between the sequence of the actions in the past. Now let us understand past perfect continuous tense. We use past perfect continuous tense to refer to the duration of a past action that went on till a particular time in the past. That means that was going on, the duration of something happening in the past, it was continuing in the past till the particular time. That means both the actions, one of them was happening continuously in the past before the particular time. This is also telling us the sequence of the action, but with the past perfect, we clearly knew that both the actions have ended in the past. But this one means that it was ongoing, it was continuing to the particular time in the past. It tells us about the continuity of a longer action among two or more actions or events in the past. For example, when I reached home, I was very tired. I had been working all day. So, when I reached home, I was very tired. The reader can assume that something had been happening for a period of time before something else happened. That means it also tells us a series of action or the sequence of action, but it was continuously happening. So when I reached home, I was very tired because I was working all day. I had been working all day. So at that time, the action working was happening continuously over a period of time or till the time the person reached home. So in these kind of sentences, we use had been or have been along with the ing form of verb. Yes, you are right. It is kind of an amalgamation of past perfect and past continuous tense. So we get past perfect continuous tense. With the affirmative types of sentences and with the second person and singular, we use had auxiliary verb. Been is always used in past perfect continuous tense and the ing form of the verb. With the first person or with the plural, the children, they, we use have or have been eating or had not been eating. So with the negatives, with the affirmatives, we use the same, we use has or have or had in the same way. So he had been eating or I have been eating or I hadn't been eating. With interrogative types of sentences, we interchange the positions of the auxiliary verb and the subject, and we start with the auxiliary verb. Hence, it becomes had he been playing. So, in these types of sentences, we always use had with the first person and with the second person or with the plurals as well. Been will always be used because this is past perfect continuous tense and it is happening over a period of time. Those actions are happening in the past till the certain point of time. Who had been playing? Why had he been playing? With the negative interrogative sentences, hadn't he been playing? Who hadn't been playing? Why hadn't she been playing? So the structure is simple. With the subject, we add had been or have been along with the ing form of verb. With the negative sentences, we use had not or have not. That becomes haven't or hadn't. With negative interrogative sentences, we use who hadn't playing or why hadn't she been playing. Who hadn't been playing? Why hadn't she been playing? Now, how do we use the past perfect continuous tense? They are used to express an action that started before a particular moment in the past, had continued up to that moment and was still in progress at that moment or had recently finished. That means that was continuously happening till that moment in the past. She had been studying for 5 hours when I reached home. They're also used to show the cause of something that happened in the past. For example, there were no buses available yesterday. Why? The drivers had been observing a strike. You can use since and for in both past and present perfect continuous tense. So using since and for, the rules are same. When we express a definite time, time, we use since. But when we express a period of time, we use for. Used to do. Used to suggest that for some period of time in the past, something was true but stopped being true later. So we're again talking something in the past because we are traveling in the past with the time machine and with the past tenses. So used to is also denoting something that had happened in the past or some period in the past, and it was true at that time. It was believed and true at that time, but stopped being true later. Let's read some examples. Mr. Anand used to sing daily. So it is expressing, used to is expressing the past tense. That means he used to do certain action or certain habits in the past at that time, but it is not happening right now. I used to study a lot. That means I am talking about the true or the habitual action in the past at that time. So for these types of sentences, we use used to. How do we structure them? With affirmative sentences, we say they used to play daily. With the negative sentences, we use never. They never used to play daily. With the interrogative sentences, did they used to play daily or they used to play daily, didn't they? So all of these types or all of these ways can be applied to use, used to, or to form a structure of used to. So something which was true at a certain point in the past but is not true right now or is not happening right now. So that was all about the past tense. We learned there are 4 types of past tense: simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, and past perfect continuous tense. What is a past tense? Very good. A past tense is an action that had happened in the past. And simple past tense, past perfect tense, past continuous tense, and past perfect continuous tense tells us about when the certain action has happened, whether it was happening continuously at a certain point of time, or it had stopped at a certain point of time, or it was true till the certain point of time in the past and it is not true right now. So all of these sentences or all of these tenses are a bit tricky, but I'm definitely sure you'll be able to use them or structure them correctly in your everyday life and day-to-day conversations. Till then, stay tuned with us and wait for our next video lecture. Thank you.